Hello, I'm Barry Tolchard. As you can see from my opening slide, that I've taught mostly in Australia and the UK. I have spent a lot of time in the United States and have taught across a number of areas in different states such as Hawaii and New York. Famously, George Bernard Shaw, the Irish dramatist, said that England and America were two countries separated by a common language. He didn't mention Australia, but I would like to say that there are times when I'm going to say stuff which you might not get, and if that's the case, you just need to ask me and I'll clarify for you. It's not my intention to confuse or upset anyone. My education, I consider myself a scientist practitioner. I qualified in the UK as a nurse and work with people with learning disabilities and physical health problems and with co-occurring mental health issues. And I worked at the famous Bedlam or Royal Bethlehem Hospital, which opened in 1375, and that's where the phrase "it's Bedlam in here" comes from. I wasn't there when it opened, mind. Later I went to the United Medical and Dental School at the University of London to do my cognitive behaviour therapy nurse training, and that was at Guy's and St Thomas's Hospital, and it's at St Thomas's Hospital that Florence Nightingale set up the first nursing programme. Over the years I've been a consultant nurse or a nurse practitioner in cognitive behaviour therapy. In the late 80s, early 90s I worked at the Moseley and Bethlehem and Guy's hospitals, and they were linked to the Institute of Psychiatry part of the University of London in the UK. I then moved to Australia to set up a statewide gambling treatment service at Flinders University and Flinders Medical Centre. Interestingly, South Australia is a state 8 times larger than New York State, so I had to cover quite a distance. I then moved back to the UK and worked in a mood disorders and addictions therapist in North Essex Health, and that was linked to my work at the University of Essex. And then finally, recently, I've continued with my gambling addictions and primary care work at Tamworth in Australia, and that's through the University of New York. I completed my doctoral studies at the University of Essex in health sciences, particularly in gambling, where I examined the validity and reliability of a new gambling screening tool that I helped devise while still in Australia. And at the same time, I also evaluated the routine clinical outcomes of a cognitive behaviour therapy service, the same one that I originally established. From there, my gambling research has continued on different lines. I've examined gender differences in gambling, the impact of self-exclusion programs on gamblers in casinos, how gambling affects people in rural areas, and of course continued my cognitive behaviour therapy research. I have also moved into primary care using the cognitive model to establish the impact of mass screening programs on underserved communities, particularly Aboriginal communities. And that has also led to work in routine clinical outcomes in primary care facilities and health promotion programs. While I've not taught 569 at this university, I have been teaching mental health for over 20 years, about 25 years, and I'm currently the lead of mental health in my university, so hopefully I can bring quite a bit of knowledge to the course. So this is me on the left. I will be moving to Buffalo on the 29th of January. My wife Cynthia also works at UB, and she was born just down the road in Hamburg, so I know Buffalo very well. My son on the bottom left there is from an earlier marriage, and he lives in Johannesburg, and he's just finished his degree in politics at the University of Witwatersrand. Finally, there's my boys, the dogs, Bingo and Skippy, and they'll actually be on the plane with me on the 29th. So they'll leave in 30 degrees centigrade and arrive in minus whatever centigrade, so they're going to have a lot of fun. The sad part is I will miss this beautiful view from my bedroom window, and I also have alpacas, sheep and chickens which I'll miss in my house and gardens, and of course we've got a lot of little critters who float around. Finally, I'd like to a big thanks to Patty Nesbitt, who's also teaching this course with me. Her knowledge and experience in this area is second to none. And Yu Ping Chang, who also very kindly shared her lectures and materials with us. So I hope we all have a really great time.